So don't never grab your arrow by the front like that when loading any kind of crossbow, guys. So guys, I finally got my squirrel with my Ballista Bat. It was about an 18-yard shot, and I'm using one of these little boats that they send with this as a target boat, but I done some work on this little boat, made it heavier. I put a third vane on it, and I actually got a little steel rod in there to make this a heavy boat. And then I just put a judo point on the end of it, which I had to manufacture and glue in because these boats here don't come with screw-in inserts. But I just got me a squirrel. So now we know the Ballista Bat will kill a raccoon. We know to kill a squirrel. So a young doe's next on my list. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Papaw's place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today we're going to be doing a little safety on this Ballista Bat crossbows here. Giving a little safety tips, because I've been seeing on some videos that the way some people shooting them crossbows and loading them, I'm surprised they ain't ended up in the emergency room. But we're going to do that. We're going to talk about the update on the little mini Ballista Bat bow here. And as y'all can see in the opening right there, just a few minutes ago, there was a squirrel fooling around out here in the backyard, and I killed it. That was my first squirrel, the second squirrel to shoot at with it. And I killed that squirrel. And as y'all seen, I was using this little practice area that comes with this Ballista Bat boats. But they so light, I done a little modification to this boat right here, and I put a steel rod. I don't know what the rod was off of I had laying around here, but I put them in all three of these little practice boats that come with these airs. Then I had to do another little modification, because on the end, these don't come with screw-on inserts. We use change out the tips, but I put a judo point on there. And that's what I shot that squirrel with at about 18 yards a while ago. Now, I done killed a coon. I don't know if y'all seen that. If I still got a picture, I'll pop it up here where I shot that coon. Tried to hit him right between the eyes, but he got him right there in a little bit on the right eye. I think on the other video I said left, but I was looking at it wrong. Hit him right in the right eye and killed him. And now I'm getting set up here because I plan on testing this out on a deer. I got me another little spot fixed up. Got some young deer, young does coming in there. Coming in pretty close. And in a couple of days I'm going to take this and see if I can shoot my first deer with it. Now what I was doing right here, I got me some of these steel inserts for these sting arrows right here. Because the hunting arrow I've been using, let me put the 100 grain tip in there. The arrow I've been using when I did take it hunting a few times weighs 252 grains. And on that last video, I still got it wrote right here at 250. Well, I had it wrote down as 251 grains. It shot 247 feet a second. Well, now I'm putting this steel insert in there, and that's going to make my hunting arrow jump up to somewhere around 324.7, 325 grains. Now I'll have to get the chrono out after a while, shoot it and see how much more that slows this bow down. I'm hoping it don't slow it down much. But I did get a little more speed out of this bow. And I told that on that last video, after the strings and cable stretched, I'd cook them off and give them a couple of twists. And it got this 247 feet a second up to 255 feet a second. So I'm hoping with this area to be shooting it hopefully around 230. If it does, that ought to be pretty good for them small-bodied deer. But I'm ready to kill one. Now, one thing that did happen, I've only had one thing happen to this Ballista Bat bow, and it was around 300 shots fired through it when it happened. The serving right here where your arrow goes on, the serving on the string broke. Now, I ain't got no new string yet, but what I did, since I got a serving tool, 'cause I always done my compound bows for many years, I just reserved over to the top of that, and it's working out well right now. Now, I didn't reserve the whole string, because on this Ballista Bat, the whole string is served from beginning to end. That's why I just served over that spot. And I went to both sides of your string stoppers there with about 2.5 inches. And I've been shooting it, and it's been doing good. So I'm probably going to keep shooting it like that and just save my new strings when they come in for when things need replacing a little worse. But this has been one fun bow shooting. Like I said, I done killed the coon, done killed the squirrel, and now I'm after a deer. But what I want to focus on today is a little safety about the Ballista Bat here. I mean, I done pretty much told everything about the little bow. It's been holding up good. Everybody that I show it to, I mean, they just like in wow that this bow's this little and can shoot a 250 grain arrow, basically 250 feet a second. Now, to a lot of people that ain't fast, but that's fast enough. But one of the safety tips is when you load these bows, cock them. Make sure your safety, every time you cock it, the safety goes to safe so it won't fire. But I've been watching these videos, and these people are grabbing these bolts, and I do sometimes, and I catch myself doing it, guys, but it's dangerous. You don't need to catch this bolt like this and load it in there and then put your fingers down here. You need to grab this bolt up toward the end. That way when you set it down in there, my fingers is above where the string stops is. So even if it went off right there, yeah, them veins would slap my fingers, and they may even cut them, but it wouldn't cut my finger off. But you don't grab it in the middle and stick your hands down in there to where if it goes off, that cable's going to come up there and it's going to about cut your finger off. If it don't cut it off, it's going to cut all the meat off of it to the bone. The second thing I've seen a couple of people doing, they have an arrow and grab it by the hand. Let me swap hands here. They have the hand over the arrow like that, sticking it down in there. Well, if that bow goes off, it's going to shoot right through your hand. Especially with a broadhead, it's going to do some kind of damage. It's going to do enough damage without a broadhead. So don't never grab your arrow by the front like that when loading any kind of crossbow, guys. And I'm doing this hoping that newbies is watching this, and maybe some people that ain't newbies just ain't never really thought about how dangerous they put in their situation they putting themselves in. Don't never hold your fingers or hands over that broadhead. Grab it like this, hand behind the broadhead or your point, set it down in there. And if you see your hands, it's going to start sliding down below where the strings, let go and then reach up here and slide it down. If the bow goes off here, and it's better to either have it pointed up in the air, it's really safer if you got it pointed down at the ground when you're doing that, because it could go off. Now, before I forget, there is something I've learned about this Ballista Bat in case some of you got these and ain't figured this out yet. The trigger, I mean, the trigger's pretty good on it to me, but it's got a little creep to it, a slow little creep coming back before it fires. I have discovered that you can put your arrow in there that ain't got no knock on it. Let me put this air in there. Now don't do this while pointing it toward the target or the ground, but leave your safety on safe. Make sure it's on safe. Pull your trigger. Now when you put it on fire to fire, you done took a lot of that creep out of your trigger just by pulling the trigger while it's on safe. Now when I put it on fire and I pull the trigger, it ain't got hardly no creep at all left in it when you do it like that. So I done figured out when I load it, I point it at the ground, make sure it's on safe, pull the trigger, and then when I get ready to shoot something, when I put it on fire, I ain't got no creep in that trigger, and it's a sure enough good trigger then. That makes your accuracy even that much better. But that's about all I got about the bow, other than the second safety tip, which everybody should know this. My aunt one time, she got her crossbow and was going to shoot it. Guys, the first day out in the yard, she messed up and stuck that thumb up in there. And now it was a full-size crossbow. When she shot, that string hit her thumb, and from about right there out the end, it ripped it down to the bone, and the meat totally off. It wasn't nothing but a bone sticking up there. So always, 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 a lot of people don't like the little handles that come on these Ballista Bats that I read and see. But always keep your hands down there on that. Don't be trying to grab it like this and sticking them fingers up in there. It's got a little shield here on there. And I gave Ballista Bat an idea of how they could make a bow quiver. If they could have a bow quiver with their rest right here made on one piece, and then it would fasten to the Picatinny rail that you can put up under the bottom of there, and that would be a sturdy rest, and then you would have an arrow quiver that you could put 2 arrows on each side, and they need to be at a little angle like that. Now, I ain't heard back from them to see if they taking in considerations what I said, or they've already got an idea, but they need some kind of little quiver for the people who like me, who likes to hunt. But I'm thinking about, I started in here the other day making one, but I ain't got exactly what I need to make it like what I want. But I could make me one that would actually fasten on where this fastened on. But I have no complaints about this bow. I did see in my last video that Ballista Bat has made the correction. They made a mistake when they advertised these. They put on their boxes up to 420 feet a second. And what they was meaning by that, but people don't understand advertising, is their Mega Bat crossbow will shoot 420 feet a second. So they had put on all their boxes 420 feet, up to 420 feet a second, meaning their bows will shoot up to 420 feet a second, not this little bow. Now they've corrected that. I think this one says up to 320, which is more realistic, because the little boat that comes with these on my chronograph shoots 301. That's pretty realistic. So guys, I just wanted to give a little short video on the safety of the Ballista Bat here. I told y'all I'd keep you updated anything happen on it, because I want to let people know that how long these little bows last, how many shots you can get out of them. And about 300 shots my serving broke, which that's nothing. That happens on compounds, and especially compounds before we went to loops. I was always wearing out and breaking that serving. Would have to reserve my string. I'd have to do that sometimes twice a year. But now that's back when I was really shooting. How y'all like my new bow there? I got something here. I may have a video gonna be coming up on this bow with the American flag, because I love that bow, and I done killed me a doe and done killed me a pig with it hunting. But I got to do something to them colors, and I don't want to paint the bow and do away with the colors, but I got an idea what I'm going to do to make a hunting bow out of that and still keep the colors in the background. So y'all, have to be watching out if y'all want to see what I'm going to do to that bow. But that bow shoots way a lot smoother, which that's way a lot newer than my old Papaw back there. Papaw back there is 2011 model. But now it's still got the same speed as these new bows got. It just ain't as smooth and quiet as some of these newer bows. But guys, that's it. That was funny a while ago when I shot that squirrel. I went out there, wasn't even expecting it, didn't have my GoPro on here. That squirrel, excuse me. That squirrel was around there eating under that little acorn tree, and I've been trying. Like I said, I've only been able to get one shot on them little suckers that's smart. Because I ain't sitting in a tent, I ain't hunting them. I'm just as I see one trying to get a shot on one. Well, I come in here and I grabbed this heavy arrow with that judo point. And what's good about this little arrow, as heavy as it is, I was telling y'all in the other videos, this scope here has got a crosshair and then it's got a diamond. Well, it's sighted in on the crosshair at 15 yards. The bottom of the diamond with my arrows I've been hunting with is on at 25 yards. But with this judo point on this heavy arrow I had here, the point of the diamond's on about 15 to 18 yards. And I put that on that squirrel and I shot it and hit it right behind the shoulder. Now, of course, that didn't go in, but it knocked that squirrel cuckoo enough he couldn't do nothing but just lay there and flop. And I walked over and got him. I done skinned him, got him soaking in the cold water in the ice box. Gonna eat him a little later. But stuff like that, these things are just fun. I'm going to try my best when I take it hunting to have my camera, guys, but me and my camera and hunting ain't working out too good, because most of the time the deer are so late when they come out, you're scared to turn the camera on, or they done got so close that I ain't got time to be trying to turn the camera on, and I'm having a hard enough time, especially with this recurve bow over here, old blue duck, trying to kill one. Right now, old blue duck here is 0 for 4. I done made contact with 4 deer and ain't recovered one of them yet. But I still got one stand and I'm going this evening, hopefully. I got one stand that I'm going to hunt with that. I got one stand fixed up. When I go to it, I take this. Well, unless a big buck starts showing up, then I may not take this. But I'm going to go over there before a buck starts showing up and see if I can get one of them yearling does. Probably go over there to Mower and maybe. I fixed that stand up a couple of days ago and there's already some does and yearlings coming in there. But guys, hope y'all having a great hunt this year. Stay with me. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time.